Hello, everyone. Good day. This is a recording of the solution to exercise 2, where many of you have questions about. So I hope this discussion clarifies some of the questions there. Okay, so the problem is all about uh, a loan of DND for 25 billion, and there's a balloon payment of 8 billion, which means that at the end of the 12-year period, the DND will be paying the 8 billion remaining balance. The rate of the loan is 4.8%. So let's start with that and create our uh, amortization table. We can easily compute for the annuity amount. So using the PMT function, we have the rate at 4.8%. Okay, since it's annual, the Uh, it's annual, so no adjustment needed. Our NPER is 12, 12 years. Our present value is 25B, and our future value, we have to incorporate the balloon payment of 8 billion. And it's negative because uh, it's something that has to be paid at the end of the 12-year period. So we get an annuity payment of 2.2. Let me just Okay. With that, given the annuity payment, the rate, we can get the interest, principal, and balance. So we start at a balance of 25B. The interest, as you know, will be equal to the rate multiplied by the current balance. The principal will simply be the difference between the annuity and the payment minus the interest. And then the new principal balance will simply be the previous minus the reduction in the principal. So this one, I'm sure you know by heart, but if we copy this down, you'll notice that the end balance is not zero, but rather 8 billion, because this is supposed to be a balloon payment of 8 billion. So this is the amortization table for this problem. Now, to get the cumulative interest payment and cumulative principal payment, we cannot use the function uh, which we were using before, the cumulative interest payment. Okay. Now, why can't we use this? Because this function assumes that whatever the loan is, the present value, will be paid fully up to 12 years. There's no provision here for an FV for the balloon payment. So we can't use the cumulative interest payment function or the cumulative principal payment function. So what we have to do is just to add up the interest. Okay, so notice our formula is from this one up to this one, and then we copy that down, fixing the first or the second uh, cell. Okay, and if you take a look at this, at the last one, that's sum of G5 to G16, which is this one. Same thing for your principal, cumulative principal. Okay, at the end, we have sum of H5 to H16. Okay, and the balance, same thing, should be, this one is the previous minus the principal payment. Okay, B2, I'm sorry, B2, which is your 25 billion minus the cumulative principal payment. Okay, so we can see here that the total interest payment is 10,365, 10 billion, which will be the same as just adding this one. And also the principal payment is 17. That's expected because we have a balance of 8 billion at the end. Okay, there you go. So the next question is, question number 3, what is the total cost for this uh, for this plan of balloon payment of 8 billion at the end of the 12-year period? Well, we just add up your interest payments. Okay. Total interest is 10.3 billion. Can just add everything here. Okay, what did I do here? Function F2. Just add everything, or you can just get the total here. Total principal is also 17. So 10.36 billion plus 17, that gives us a 27.365 billion total payment plus the 8 billion. Okay, so this strategy of having a balloon payment of 8 billion will mean a total cash outflow of 35.365 billion. That's a 35 billion payment for the loan of 25 billion for 12 years. Okay. Then we're asked for the year 8 scenario, year 8 snapshot. So year 8 snapshot, just take a look at the amortization. At the end of 8 years, our balance is 14,756. Okay. The principal paid up to 8 years, you just add this, right? So this is just the sum of this. Okay. The total interest paid is just the sum of this. Okay. So total paid is 18,824, which is just the sum of your interest and principal payment for 8 years, which is just the same as we're paying 2.28. This is the amortization. Okay, 2.28 every year for 8 years. So you can see this one. That's your 2.28 amortization times 8. Okay, so that's the same, exactly the same. All right, so that's the just the snapshot of how much has already been paid. 18 for the first 8 years. Okay, then we have an option here to refinance. So the question is, the end in mind is whether, just a moment, I'll just drink something, sorry. Okay, so the question is, will refinancing after 8 years be better than just continuing with the balloon payment? So let's say, let's compute. We're told that the refinancing rate is 6.2%, and it is a monthly refinancing. So the periods per year, this is monthly, and then the number of years remaining is 4 years, since this will be this will be considered on after 8 years of the after 8 years. So the scenario is we still have 14,756 to pay. This is still the principal balance. So this is the amount still to be financed, and then a rate of 6.2%. So this is monthly. So the monthly period is 6.2 divided by 12, and the number of periods will be 12 times 4. So we can easily compute for the new amortization. The rate is 6.2% divided by 12, and the number of periods will be 12 times 4, 48 months. And then we have now the present value of the balance, the remaining principal balance. So we get now an amortization of 347 million per month. We can now create our amortization table. This is the initial balance, the remaining balance, 14 billion. And then we do the same amortization table, just like in number 1. So for example, for this one, the interest will be the previous balance. Okay, sorry. Previous balance multiplied by the rate, okay, divided by 12, because this is monthly. And then the principal will be equal to whatever the amortization payment is minus the interest payment. Okay, and then the new principal balance will just be the difference between the current minus the principal payment. So we just copy this down, and you notice that at the end of 48 periods, 48 monthly periods, you have zero balance. Why? Because we're going to refinance it and in such a way that we're finishing off the 14 billion loan. Monthly payments, and it will end up in zero principal balance. So that's our answer for number 5, refinancing. Now, is this better than the original plan? Option A is the original plan. Option B is your refinancing. So we can compare. Okay. So the first option, which is the balloon payment, we were able to compute that already. It's 35 million. So it's this one. Okay. Total amount, total cash flow using the balloon payment, it's 35,365. It's this one. So we just have to compute how much is the total cash flow for using the refinancing. Okay. So total refinance payment. So this will be, so what's this? It's equal to the amortization times 12 times 4, 48 months. So that will give us a total of 16,699. Of course, what we could have done also is just to add this all up. Okay. If I sum this, okay, sorry. Sum of your total payments, interest and principal payments, total, control, enter. It is 16.699 billion. So that's the same as multiplying your amortization by the number of months. This one. Okay. And then, so that's from years 9, 10, 11, 12. But we already have paid, we will now compare this with the total 35 billion payment. So we have to add the payment that was done already from years 1 to 8. With that, we have that figure already, this one, right? Total principal, this is the snapshot, year 8. Total principal paid, total interest paid, total amount paid is 18.24 billion. 24 billion, yes. So we add that to the total paid for years 9 to 12. Total year paid for years 9 to 12, total amount paid for years 1 to 8. Okay, the total is 34.94. So comparing now the option A, which is use the balloon payment, and option B, which is to refinance, then you can see that you have a net advantage of 422 million if we refinance. So based on this, based on the total cash flow, we can see that refinancing seems to be a better option because we have less total cash flow payment. Okay, cash outflow is less by 422 million. Question number 7 asks us, what is the break-even analysis? What do we mean by this? We know that at 6.2%, it's better to refinance. Now, what is the highest refinancing rate so that we will be indifferent to option A or option B? Okay, so let's just review our data. Our loan amount is 25B. Original rate, this is option A, 4.8%. Option A, an annuity is 2.28 billion. Balloon payment for option A is 8 billion. Outstanding principal balance is 14,756. Okay, so that one we know, this one. So this is year 8, right? 14,756. That's the principal balance. Okay. Also, we know that the total paid for year 8 is 18. Okay, 18. So we know also that the total paid, total cash outflow for option A is 35. Okay, so this means that the difference, the total amount paid, 35 billion minus the one paid up to year 8, okay, we're getting the difference of that, which is 17. This should be the amount paid, the maximum amount paid for your refinancing. Okay, because for our refinancing, we are only paying 16,699. But we're saying here that we can go up to 17,121. Okay, let me repeat that. If we're refinancing, the amount that we'll be paying for years 9 to 10 is 16,699. And it gives us a lower total cash flow payment, right? We can go up to 17. Okay, because if we go up to 17, if we add 17 plus 18 here, it will be the same 35. So I hope you see that logic. The total amount to be paid for years 9 up to 12 should be at a max of 17,121. If this was greater than 17,121, then that would mean that the refinancing would be higher, would be more costly. Okay, so we can go as far as 17,121. So to do that, we just have to get the monthly amortization. Okay, so 17 is a total amount that we can go, the highest we can go, the highest cash flow for years 9 up to years 12. And then we divide this total amount by the number of periods, which is 48. So what does that tell us? We can have a monthly amortization of 356. Okay, 356. If we keep on paying 356 million for 48 months, then the total is 17,121. Okay, now take note, 17,121 is the amount that's paid from years 9 up to 12 using the balloon payment. How do I know? I'm getting the total amount paid using balloon minus the amount paid from years 1 up to 8 using balloon. So the balance is 17 billion. That's the amount paid using balloon. And if we're to see the break even, if we will be indifferent whether to refinance or to do the balloon payment, then yung refinancing dapat natin, 17 billion din dapat yung babayaran, di ba? So 17 billion na to divide by 48 months kasi monthly yung refinancing eh, di ba? So that would mean 356 yung required monthly payment. Okay? Now if we can now compute for the monthly rate. Paano yun? Yung rate function. So, our NPER is 48. Okay? The PMT is ito, 356, di ba? We're going to pay 356 every month. Okay? For 48 months. And then, the present value is in order to pay 14, yung balance of 14 billion. Okay? And we get a rate of 0.624. But since this is a monthly period, then therefore this is monthly rate. So to get the annual rate, we go the monthly rate times 12. So which means that pwedeng hanggang 7.488% yung refinancing rate. Okay? Kasi ngayon 6.2. Kung hanggang 7.488 yung refinancing rate, okay tayo. We will be indifferent between continuing with the balloon, option A, or option B tayo. Since kita natin dito na 6.2%, no? Kaya mas maganda yung refinancing. Kasi kaya yung sa refinancing, kaya ng up to 7.488. Okay? So ito ang tanong, number 8. So what if the rates hit 7.5%? Okay? So we know here that yung 7.5% higher than the annual rate. So ang mangyayari dito, mas mahal na ngayon si refinancing, no? Kasi sabi natin up to 7.488 okay si refinancing. Anything lower than that, is favorable for refinancing. Anything higher than that will of course be favorable for yung balloon payment. Okay? And that can be easily solved here, no? So stress rate at 7.5%. Therefore, ang PMT natin kasi pag using 7.5% will now be 356, no? 356 na yung monthly na babayaran natin. 356,786 as compared to dito, asan na yung ano natin? Ito. 356 as against to 347 kung 6.2% lang. Okay? So, makukompute natin yung total. Okay? The total will be 48 times 356. Okay? Ang total na babayaran natin ngayon, 17. Okay, 17 na. 17,125. If we compare this with the difference, no? Yung ano natin, yung babayaran, total cash to be paid from years 7 to years 9 to 12 using the balloon payment is 17,121, no? Ito, 17,125. So may discrepancy na tayo. Mas mataas na yung, actually pwede natin tingnan na lang dito, no? Okay, sorry. Oops, sorry. So ang total nga natin ngayon, total na babayaran natin is 18 yung principal balance plus this amount. So therefore, meron na tayong discrepancy ng 35,365, ito yung option A, minus 35,369 na. Mas mataas na yung babayaran dun sa refinance ng 7.5%, higher than 3.917 billion. Okay. Okay, so this is comparing the two options. Option A, balloon payment, tuloy-tuloy lang. Option B, may refinancing at year 8. However, ang key question doon yung 6.2%. We saw that at 6.2% favorable dun sa sa refinancing. And we were able to compute the break-even point. So we're saying sensitivity analysis, okay lang yung refinancing rate up to a level na 7.488. Pag 7.488% na siya, indifferent na tayo. Ibig sabihin ng 7.488, it doesn't matter kung mag-refinancing tayo or kung tutuloy lang natin yung balloon payment na yan. Okay. And last question here. Okay. Question number 9 is we're asked for a sinking fund strategy. Okay. Ito iba naman to, no? Ang sinasabi dito sa sinking fund strategy, okay, what if, okay, mag-create tayo ng fund at the beginning. Yung sa fund na yan, magdi-deposit tayo. Okay. We put on value, money to that. Tapos, at up to 12 years, so that at the end of the 12 years, meron tayong 8 billion. So, ibig sabihin, para prepared tayo dun sa balloon payment ng 8 billion. Okay? So, ang question, ano yung sinking fund na yan? Well, time value of money din, no? Ang kailangan natin ma-raise at the end of the 12-year period is 8 billion. So in effect, we're creating a fund in order to have that 8 billion at the end of 12 years. Ang binigay na rate is 4% annual, okay? So therefore, we can now compute for the annual amortization. Okay, the rate is 4%, the NPER is 12, and then the future value, not the present value, future value to, no? Gusto natin yung pera natin at the end of the 12-year period will be 8 billion. Okay, so nagdi-default ng currency, Dapat anuin ko tong ko. Okay, 532 million. So every year, put in the sinking fund yung 532 million. so that at the end of the 12-year period, merong 8 billion para ipambayad dun sa balloon payment. Okay, and then there's this just additional question. What if, scenario lang to, no, na may policy na, kunyari, I don't know, siguro COA, na hindi pa pwedeng more than 5% ng annual budget yung yung babayaran. So let's say annual budget is, sorry, mali spelling ko. Annual budget is 100 billion. Okay, 5% of that is 5 billion. Ibig sabihin nun, hindi tayo pa pwedeng magbayad ng at any time na more than 5 billion. So, number one, yung option A natin, 2.28 billion yan, di ba? Per year. So, walang problem. Kasi, 2 lang yan 2.28% lang yan. Even the sinking fund, itong 532, no? Mababa lang siya, 0.53. Okay? Ang problema, yung final balloon payment. So, 8 billion kasi yan. Diba? So, at the end, magbabayad ng 8 billion. So 8 billion of 100 billion is 8%. So that can be a concern there. So kung hindi pwede yun based on the policy, then the DND has to think of something else. So baka hindi na pa pwede itong 8 billion na to. So ano yung pwede? Baka pa pwede yung sa refinancing, no? Pwedeng sa refinancing at kasi mas ang pero ito annual annual yung 347. So at computing natin kung sa isang times 12 sa isang year o 4 sa isang year, okay? 4.174 billion. So pwede pa, no? Pwede pa. 347 and 347 kada isang buwan. Ang total niyan sa isang year is 4.17. So it's within the range, it's within the allowable range, no? Na 5% of the total budget. So this will be around 4% of the total budget kasi ito eh. Okay? So yun lang yung question dito. Yung it's really asking us paano kung may ganitong policy. So that would mean that baka hindi na pa pwede itong balloon payment na to. Kasi at the end 8 billion to, and 8 billion is 8% of the total budget. And there's a constraint that there should only be up to 5% yung total budget. Okay, so that tells us to check yung mga ano yung possible na gagawin as an alternative to the balloon payment. Okay? So that ends our discussion for this exercise number 2. Okay, I'll provide yung exercise which is similar to this, no? I'll provide this worksheet. I hope you'll watch the video as you are guided. Okay? Okay, thank you. By the way, I'll have another recording for the forecasting.